What a place! The Temple of Courage, huh? I bet the Spirit of Courage is in here. Let's keep going, Doctor.
Hello everyone and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass. In the last episode, we came here to kind of Malida Island, where we worked our way up to the north, and found our way to the Temple of Courage. And this is a bit of an interesting temple, because it's all about traps and tricks and annoying stuff. There, as you may be able to... Oh, no. Oh, I probably could have got that back in, but there we go. I'll just open it up that way. Here is a little way which leads to... a treasure. It's a Helm Rock plume, which I think is worth very little on this. I can't remember for sure, though. So, once again, this is going to be quite a short temple, to the point where I intend to do it and its boss all this episode. There's a wind temple trap for you. I believe they're actually just called blade traps, but I still think of them as wind temple traps. You need to jab it out the way and then run past it, and we can hit the switch here. A lot of this early stages of this temple is basically like opening back cuts. So there, for example, we just opened a quick way so we don't have to do that again. But what we actually need is up here. There is a chest containing a small key, which you may have noticed near the Wind Temple trap. We went past a locked door. In we go. This is, I will admit, not my favourite temple, but it does have my favourite... Is it my favourite boss? Have we seen Moldorms before as well? Can't remember. But the trick with them is just hit the anus when it's exposed. I've taken quite a lot of hits, actually. They're doing a fair bit of damage. You've just got to, get the angle right on it, which is a bit annoying. They don't actually, I believe, move towards you in any meaningful way, though. They just kind of bimble around. But yes, so far, both the bosses we've faced have been really cool in how they have used the DS's hardware, and also people have commented this, and I think that they're broadly correct, that the way this game uses the DS's hardware is really interesting. These things, so you have to just knock these off the edge that way. It's not what I thought it was at all. Where is that what it's going? Nope. Well, we'll deal with that a little bit later. Is it down at the bottom? There's definitely a switch. I think it's when we're halfway across. But yes, this game definitely just generally... Oh, it's that we need to hit. That'll be important in a second as to why I've done that. But yes, this game definitely uses the DS's hardware really well. And the boss fight of this is probably one of the cleverest uses of that. It's a shame it's... Again, like a lot of this game, it kind of is a shame that it's so easy. You'll notice now this bit would have been locked if we hadn't swapped the red and the blue. So that's why we did that. What's this say? Big monsters with big ears are hugely vulnerable to loud sounds. Remember that one. And then, up, down, right, then left. It's not only the order of the switches nearby, it's the very order of the whole temple, so take note of it. And indeed I will. I'll refer a couple of times to the temple order. It always means this. Up, down, right, left. Udrul. Need to remember that, because there are a couple of bits that comes where that is going to come into play. Let's bomb that and bomb that. I'm so impatient with bombs waiting for them to go off, I just always want to stab them. But we've got a couple of things up here. Got Power Gem. Is that 10 Power Gems now? I think it nearly is. 9, we're very close. There is another one at least in this temple somewhere, so that's cool. And an insect wheel ship part. That's part of the demon ship. Which is quite cool. I don't think we've got any demon ship parts yet. It's easier to have courage to cross the void later if you note this path now. Can we see where that's for? Yes, we can. It's from here. So, I'm going to quickly sketch that on. I believe that's correct. We'll get to that. Actually, pretty soon, to be honest. So, let's... Oh, I don't think we've actually seen a green choo-choo before. I don't believe they're actually any different, but they are... They are certainly there. For God's sake, go away. What do we need to do now? Oh, here's this thing. You notice, monster with big ears. If I go, hello, and do a shout, ow, and then hit my microphone, which hurts you as well as it. You make a loud blast of noise, and it stuns them, and then you can kill them from there. This is another back cut. You'll notice as well. This also just opens a way through to the entrance. As I say, quite a lot of these early dungeons are fairly handholdy, which. Yeah, I mean, it's not hurting me in any way, but they are very straightforward. This here now says, crystals can only fit into same-shaped platforms. Let's open this with the key we've got and head up. Now here, we've got 4 switches to pull. We've got one there on the top, one there on the right, and then there's another one on the bottom and on the left. Here's the first time we need to follow the temple order. Will not be the last time. Oh, there's BMOS here, by the way. They will laser you like that. So we start with the one at the top. That's up. Then next part of it is down, which is this one down here. Then it's right, which I can just sneak past that BMOS. And then it's the one all the way over on the left. I'm running real ballsy with these BMOS, but there we go. And upon pulling the 4th one, a chest appears in the middle. Let's go grab it. He definitely couldn't see me there. Ugh. And this contains a square crystal. Take it to the same shaped pedestal. This is what it was literally just telling me about. So if we head back downstairs, then of course on this pedestal here we can chuck the square crystal, which opens the other way down. I was going to say the other way up, and then I remembered actually on the left goes up, and then on this way goes down. So this is the room we were in a little bit earlier. And look at that, we've handily drawn a map on it. So if you just carefully watch the upper screen, this thing could also kind of tell you where it is and isn't problematic, from where it does or doesn't fall off. But as long as we just follow the path we draw on the top screen, we will find a way through. Ignore my little weird wibble I did there, that was unintentional. And then we just do that around the top and over to the left. Wonderful. Except I forgot to do something, so what I'm going to do is if I bring the map up, I'm just going to draw that, just to let myself know what I need to do. So if I actually just go here, hey, there's a little chest there for 100 quid. And yeah, you just kind of have to know that's there, but it does connect from the visible path. I think I nearly balls myself off the edge there. And there we go, wonderful. There we go, I got a bit too cocky there. But if we open this, it contains our dungeon item, the bow and arrow. Keep your stylus on the touchscreen to aim and look around. As I've said, there are unfortunately no new items in this, but they all have a different implementation. This time, yeah, you hold L to like charge your bow, and then it can aim it by panning around, and then you let go and fire. You can be pretty accurate with it, as with all these things, because you've got a touchscreen. So it's quite cool. Like I don't mind that they didn't necessarily come up with entirely new items, because they all feel quite new in terms of how they use. And you know, there are some of them which have a different implementation, as we'll see when we get onto them. This weird thing here, by the way, if you hit it with an arrow, it's a redirector. Your arrow goes into it and it comes out in the direction you shot. If you hit the redirector, you spin it around. So for example, if I fire it this way, it goes and hits that blue to red switch, turning it from red back to blue. Let's head upstairs and we'll see again why we needed to do this, because hey, it would have been here, sealed up. Moldorms now can be killed with a single good butt shot. Oh, no, come on. There we go. So they, well, I mean, they weren't hugely a threat before, but now they're definitely not. Square hole there, which we need to go and deal with. So if I come over here, there's an eye switch there. Weird thing, for them to hit them, you actually need to be able to see them. As soon as they are off screen, your arrows cease to exist. So just be aware of that. With that little path open, we can now go and get the square crystal. Crystals only activate once they are literally in the hole that they live in. So you saw as I took one out there, that door sealed up. But we can now bring it back around here, and that door we've just walked past is the one that will open up in just a second when I chuck this in here. Beautiful. You can see how quickly we are kind of hammering through this. There's actually only these 3 floors to it, so we're actually getting towards the end of it already. I guess it's because each of these temples you get the dungeon item pretty quickly, which is cool. Like obviously the majority of the dungeon is playing around with the dungeon item, which it should be, but especially not having like a mini boss fight or anything like that does make the dungeons feel like they're going, to be honest, even faster. Kill all the Octoroks there, and you will notice, obviously, that bridge. You will notice. How could you not notice it? The camera pans to it very slowly. I'm not talking to any of these gossip stones, you'll notice, because almost all of them are just, they just tell you how many treasure chests are left, which is not necessary, because I know exactly how many treasure chests there's left. There's 2 that we need to get. While you're on this lift, fire up at that eye. And then we swap over to this lift here. Oh, I got too cocky. Let's try that again. Just wait. Don't be trying to be impatient and make the 2 for maneuver. Note that. Oh, I pointed it on the screen to highlight it with my stylus, and then obviously Link moved towards it. At this stage, there are quiver upgrades, but at the moment we have only got 20 shots total. Having hit both of those, a chest appears back over there, so let's nip over to that. But yeah, so you have to be a little sparing with arrows, because we've only got 20. But basically any pots in this dungeon will tend to give you arrows. There's a power gem, and that actually is our 10th, so we can, when we're out of this place, we can upgrade one of our spirits and see exactly what that is. At the moment we are technically using Seela because she's out and about, but she doesn't give us any special abilities. But it's only once spirits have started to be given beans back from spirit gems, they actually start doing things, which is very cool. Anyway, we'll head in here. Oh, I actually didn't mean to do an action roll there, but that was pretty cool. I don't know if you can kill those with bombs. It is giving me bombs, but... Oh, it's giving me bombs because of this thing here. So I can't move that from that angle. Need to go around here. Oh. Try that again. Need to go around here. Then we use some bombs on that. Hop around here. Shove that in the way and we'll block that trap. I'll get back to that in just a second, because if we hop around here, we can now actually seal the trap in properly doing this. One of the big complaints about this game was touch controls, which I can see why some people are like, touch controls, in the same way some people are like, motion controls. I genuinely think that the touch controls work fantastically in this game. They work really naturally. Oh, the electric things. Oh, electric things also fuck up your map, as you might have seen at the top there. Another back cut to open up here, so, you know. These dungeons love their back cuts, so again, that's just a way to... if you need to leave at any point. And this temple has got a lot of dangerous stuff in it. It can kind of fuck you up a little bit. But yes, I think the touch controls genuinely work amazingly well and feel really just intuitive, like really natural after a while of using them. I was going to say intuitive, and then I realised I needed the classic, oh yeah, it's intuitive once you're used to it. And obviously, yeah, it is a bit of a different way of playing a game, so you do have to... It does take a bit of learning in the first instance, but actually it's really rewarding once you do it, and you'll just see how naturally you do end up using the touch controls. And just like here, like spreading this fire around like with that, it worked really well on the touch angle there. Obviously we had to light all those fires to bring those spikes down. Let's kill this guy. Oh, he's got a friend over there as well. Let's grab some of those. I was hoping those might have a bit of health in, but arrows are also always appreciated in this dungeon. Let's grab that. And yes, we've got those little red raised platforms again, which means we need to hit the switch that switches them. And the way we do that is using this arrow deflector. We hit the arrow deflector, not with bombs. We hit the arrow deflector a couple of times with boomerang, and it will spin around to face that way. And that's the direction we want it in. Yes, that's it. I thought... So I'm pressing the D-pad at the moment. D-pad right brings up the items menu, and D-pad left brings up the menu. D-pad down brings the map down from the top. And what does D-pad up do? D-pad up doesn't do anything. Cool. There we go. And I think you can... Yeah, you can also use the stick on the Wii U for that as well. But yeah, the fact that... Because all your motion controls are done... Like, all your stylusing is done with your dominant hand, which is my right hand in this case, then... Your left hand is free to do like all of the menuing and like equipping items stuff. It's a really neat system for it. I must say that. I missed something briefly because I was too busy talking about this game. You'll notice there's that eye switch up there. The way we actually hit that is we need to use this rotatey lad again. Nope. Spin this around thrice. And then if we hit it with an arrow now, it'll do a little bounce around. Which creates a chest for us, which contains a wisdom gem. 2 power gems and a wisdom gem in the Temple of Courage. That feels like it doesn't quite make sense, but there we go. Now up here, oh, we've got another one of these loud boys. I just punched, tapped with the stylus, the microphone there. It's sometimes easier to do that than actually... Oh, hold on a second. Speaking of punching the microphone, I'm just going to get that a bit out of my face a little bit because I was going on it quite loudly. Cool, that's fine. Killed him. Jed, you just need to make a loud noise. And unlike, the one we did with Edo, it doesn't need to be speech or even a human noise there. You just make a loud sound and it will stun him, which is enough. Up we go. Now, this is a rather interesting move. If we talk to this Gossip Stone, he says, boing, to move the floating platform where you want, draw a path on your map. If it's moving on a path you don't like, simply redraw the path. Rather novel. When we're standing on this, if I bring the map up, we can literally just go over to here, and then when I move back, this thing will just start following it. We have these to hit. Can you guess what order we're going to hit them on? Yes, it is of course the dungeon order. Up, down, right, left. Which makes a chest appear back there, which is very handy. Not only, yeah, with this bit, you might have noticed from what I was drawing there, yes, sometimes it does get stuck going on a line you don't necessarily want it to, and you do just have to stop and redraw it. As long as you start a line from close enough to link, then it will just follow. It'll like kind of suck over to that line and then follow along from there. So with that, we have of course unlocked this chest. So if we go back here and claim it, oh, well, it should respawn me there anyway. There we go. Then we get the boss key. Oh, we actually haven't found the boss door yet, but it's, well, you can actually see it on the map. It's there. So we'll just follow down there. Speeder on, please. Oh, I fucked up. It followed the other line by accident. There we go. And if we open the big door there, well, it's not even a door. It's a kind of, I don't even know how to describe that. It's just like a kind of lowering plinth pillar kind of thing. There we go. This is then the way into the boss. We just want to load up a little bit on supplies here. As ever, if we talk to this thing, it says you can't read it from here. Having to be in front of signs to read them is extremely frustrating. But if we... that gives us a blue light, which will take us back to the temple's entrance if we want to. But what we actually want to do is come around here around the back quickly. Oh, God. And in here is a courage gem. There we go. My notes say that's a wisdom gem. My notes are wrong. But there we go. Screw you, past doctor. With that, time for an extremely interesting boss. I also like it because it's a crab, but I would say that. This is Crake, Bane of Courage. So he's invisible, but if you look on the top screen, it shows what he sees, and he comes at me. You have to use that to hit him. You have to find out where he is by seeing him move around and move towards Link. And as he does, you then have to aim your shots based on what he sees. It's extremely interesting. There? Yes. Straight in the face. And that is what's done him. It's really interesting. And he has these little, like, weird little spheres on his side while he's bouncing around like that. See if we can hit some of them. Actually, you can probably just shoot them as well, can't you? It's a bit safer. Get out of my way, tiny crab. Ooh. I have to crunch down with a cat falling off a shelf upstairs. Well, jumping off a shelf. It does live on that windowsill often. Oh, there he is. And there. It's really interesting how you have to use the two screens. I think I will go ahead and say basically every boss in this game is extremely cleverly done. But I think Crake might be my favourite. Once you've hit all those spheres on him, unfortunately then his shell cracks off, and he apparently, I guess, loses the ability to go invincible. And he becomes a little less interesting at that point. All we have to do here is we shoot him in the face with the bow, he blocks it, and then while he's blocking it, we can go behind him and fuck him up, and we just kind of repeat that process. It's all about just getting him to block, and then we hit his soft underparts. Which is a shame that it drops the cool double screen mechanic for the second phase. And you can one-cycle him quite easily there, but as in, you only get one shot at the double screen bit, which is a bit sad, but there we go. Anyway, with him dead, he turns into Sand of Hours. And brilliant, we got more sand, another 2 minutes, as we do with every boss. You look just like me. What happened? Something seems weird. Something's odd, but you got the Spirit of Courage? Maybe now you can find the ghost ship? Game doesn't seem convinced. Well, with that, we can grab our heart container, and we'll hold the episode there. It is wild that you can do a full dungeon and its boss in a single episode, but there we go. Thank you very much for watching, and next episode, we will be doing some inter-dungeon stuff before going on to find the ghost ship. Hope you join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.